right, so in today's video, we're doing something a little bit different. It is a spectating, but I wanted to start watching some of the players who are really good at their roles. Now, I'll be transparent with you. Obviously, we've been doing this a little bit in Rivals on our other channel that we have, and you just kind of watch like players who are like considered the best at that role or one of the best. So I made a tweet and was asking if I could get some replay codes, and I was given a bunch of replay codes. And with this one, OBS Sojourn came in clutch. He had like a whole spreadsheet of like really good codes. So I'm like, well, what if we just start watching occasionally a really good player, watch what they're doing, learn from it, and then maybe be able to, people can learn from it also. So in this one, we're going to watch probably one of the more consistently, like, really good support players, Chiyo. If I get the pronunciation wrong, I apologize, but definitely one of the top tier supports, if not one of the best supports. So, you know, if the title says #1, it's pretty much right there. Like, you know, just one of the best players. And if I'm correct, Chiyo's on Falcons. Just make sure, because I might have missed some roster changes and stuff over the past, like, couple months. More than positive on Falcons. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Let's learn some stuff. This will be fun. This will be good. It's a bit of a different change of pace. So think of this as not as like a, when I teach in this video, it's gonna be different. It's not gonna be teaching like, oh, they should have done this. It's gonna be more of like, oh, that's really cool. This is why they did this. Okay. So here we go. So now this one's gonna be interesting because they're running that like kind of default hazard comp, and they're going up against obviously a more, I mean, they're gonna go right in after that. So like they just got like a numbers advantage, so they're gonna start to go in, but they're gonna take map control first. So what's crazy about this, by the way, is this is obviously in like a pro matchup. And what do you notice about this right away? Well, I actually want to talk about this very quickly because this is already a great situation to kind of talk with. When they got the kill on Kiriko, what will happen in a rank game is people will just speed boost to the point and go, let's capture point. But what happened here is instead of going right to the point and just going off of the pick from Kiriko, they knew that the other team could kind of counter that. So they just took map control. Do you see this? The whole team took map control, went for the kills. Now they control the whole map, and now they can surround the Sigma from all parts of the map. So like rather than just go right to the point, that's something you'll see happen more, where it's like more about like they know the other players are good enough to stop them from making like just getting point progression. So take the map first. It's just a really cool like small play that I noticed. Now there's full map control. Like they're forced out no matter what, and they have people above on high ground. See? It's really cool, isn't it? Leaving up heals here because there's no reason to speed boost right now, so like just leave it on heals for now. Now speed boost in a second with the Genji and the hazard probably, right? This is probably what's gonna happen. Yep. Pretty good heal boost timing. I like that. Now, just goes to show you, by the way, Chad. Do you notice how you just watch like Chiyo like play like a really, really aggressive Lucio for a kill? Now do you notice how he's like been able to like tone it back a little bit and play more passive? This is what makes really good, like really, really good support players or Lucio players, etc., is finding the balance between the two, not just all in and on one. Go. Going into speed. You can see it too. Always kind of like, always paying attention to everything around. Like worrying about flankers, worrying about what's in front. See? Just great gameplay. See? Out of curiosity, when you said it took you an hour to get a game last week, was that right when the new patch came out? Is that when you're talking about when they came out with the mid-season patch? Here we go. You could totally play like this? That's the cool part. Is like, you get to see kind of where you can get at as Lucio. Yeah, so the mid-season patch had a glitch last week where like there was an issue with like queue times. Like it was like legit broken. That's why the queue times were so long for people. Queue times are back to normal now. I had no issues with queue times. So do they... I wonder in this situation what they do like with beat here. Do they beat Blade? Do they... Like what is like the team... Yep. Now what do you notice about this whole play, by the way, chat? Is it, how cool is that? Do you see what I'm talking about? Like how it goes from playing like sitting on the cart, chilling with heals, into like, okay, now it's time to be really aggressive. You see that? Like using an aggressive beat to go in with the Genji to backline dive and Ana. And then now they're staggering, by the way. They're not killing the Kiriko on purpose to buy a little bit of extra time. But do you see that though? Like that's the things that like when you start to get really good at the game, the teamwork is there and you can just make plays like that. Like where like they didn't like worry about anything else but killing the Ana. There you go. Yeah, I mean this is just the correct play. There's nothing you can do there to survive that, so what you do is you have everybody hide. Remember how I talked about how like disengaging is really cool? Like, do you see that? Like that was perfect by Falcons. Everybody hid, nobody peeked the Juno. They lost one, but that was because they used a lot of ultimates. Like perfect gameplay. It's so good, so cool to see. Here it is. Running the way. Oh yeah. Taking away the high ground control so that we don't control up top left, because if you control the top left, you lose a little bit of value. Ana's been pinged bottom right, gonna wait for teammates to be ready to go for Ana, and they're gonna go in on the Ana. I was gonna say, I saw Proper wanted to go for the blade. I wasn't quite sure what was gonna... no! God, they're 1v1! No! I love that, though. Not giving him the kill, but giving him enough time on distraction. That was great. That's a little bit too aggro there, so you want to back away. Yep. Well, the reason why Lucio's looking down a lot is just to, like, reduce headshots. That's pretty much what it is. Especially when you know there's a Widow on the field, you need to, like, basically guarantee you're not getting a headshot. I mean, it probably still won't work sometimes, but it's better than getting a headshot, you know? So, yep. It almost is going to be Lucio. Yeah, I'm known for my amazing Lucio. Probably a beat play here. I don't know when they're going to beat aggressive, but that's probably what's going to happen. Here we go. Going in on the back line, knowing their target, diving the Widow. Now, chat, what do you notice here? So you're watching a player who's like really, really, really good at Lucio, but what are you noticing? They're not just all in someone. They like know that like basically what he's noticing here is that he just needs to basically be a distraction, but not get killed doing so. Rather than just all in and going for a kill the whole time, it's more along the lines of like going in, right? And then kind of playing position in, and then surviving that out. Like, do you see? Like, look how many kills we just watched Chiyo get that were super important to the team fight. Like, killing a Tracer? Like, killing a Tracer who can duel your team and cause a distraction on the cart? To go and kill an Ana who can keep somebody alive? Like, small plays like that, but also knowing when to go back to the team. That's what makes, like, Chiyo so good. But keep in mind, this is a 23-minute game. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the rest of the game goes. Because, like, it's cool to see. Well, exactly. When you can trust your Juno, which, by the way... If you haven't realized, the Juno is Fielder, who's also considered one of the best, if not best, supports in the game. So when your other support's Fielder and you have the mechanical skill to go do stuff, you're probably going to go do some mechanical stuff at that point, right? With smart decision making. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this either. Do you notice how they're not all playing stacked? Like they're all playing everywhere and taking different angles. This is like maximum angle taken. Everybody's playing different sides of the map, going all over the place. Like it's pretty cool. The idea here is there's no easy diveable target, and then if you do dive a target, you can counter dive and get a kill. So like right now, what you're seeing is really good positioning, holding the high ground corner up here while also putting a little bit of poke damage into like the back line, if possible. See? Yep. Constantly denying space. See? Constantly grinding space. Taking away areas of the map. But what's the most important part we've seen? Not feeding. Being aggressive, but not feeding. There you go. Exactly. Yep. And one thing you'll notice about Lucio players, especially at this level, look at the beat percentage. Nothing extravagant, right? It's really not playing for like beat and like good time like heal boost. It's about just map control and making sure you keep your teammates alive when need be, right? All right, here we go. Hello? Well, yeah, you switch back and forth so much because it's just understanding where you need the value. Like, right now, the heals are up a little bit because a bunch of poke damage has happened, and now it's back into speed because the teammates are all full HP. So now your teammates are just a little bit faster and harder to hit. Right, now you're going to go into speed and get out. Now, what is very underrated about this play, and I want to see if anybody else catches up on that play right there. Because I sometimes catch myself doing this, and it's always good to watch a different point of view of this. So what was it right there that that you noticed? Okay, first of all, not the fingers. I see what you're talking about though. Holy crap, those are massive. But like, what was impressive about? Yeah, exactly. I mean, honestly, I know we've talked about rivals sometimes, but was Mr. Fantastic's taking over here too? What's going on? But it was the rotation. So when that ult happened, the rest of the team was here, right? So a lot of people would rotate across because you want to get to your team and you're close to beat. You're like, okay, I'm close to beat. I'll rotate over. But that's how you get killed. So what happened was impressive was the rotation back. You see that? So rotating through cover and recognizing this will be the safe spot. Now you have an AoE range where you have your teammates, and you also have a health pack if they push you and you can get out. See? So like that's what makes some of these players so good is that immediate. You see how that wasn't even like a question? It wasn't like, you know how sometimes I always talk about indecision, where like that can get you killed in Overwatch, where like you're very indecisive. There was no indecision there. It was, oh, they Juno ulted. Or like we Juno ulted, they're being aggressive with a nano. I gotta rotate behind because if I go through, there's a chance I fall over, and that was impressive.
This is my favorite part. Oh, let's break it. Try me.
That was one of those beats where it was like it was a winnable team fight, but it definitely opened the door for Blade. That was one of those, uh-oh, I'm here now, let me pop the ult. Been there, done that. Great kill there, though. Holy crap. Like, kills like that by Chiyo are so important. To be able to go and get a kill on a Juno in the middle of a team fight that you've already lost is very impressive. Very impressive. Yep. Wait, are you memeing that one, John? I'm confused.
This ends now.
There's so many little things that, like, this is what is, like, the difference between where I would, like, heck up on this play. If I saw that person on cart with really low HP, you bet I would try to be a little bit more aggressive, but the decision-making there was so smart. Recognizing that there's a really good ultimate across the map and not pushing that for a free kill. Like, that patience level right there is so impressive to me, because it's hard to see somebody critical in front of you and not just want to go in and heal them. So to recognize that, like, it's just not going to be worth it to push past, like, that was a great play. You could see it happen in real time. They still might go to cart if they feel like it, but, you know, it was just, like, little things like that can make or break games. Also, holy crap by Dodo right there. Dodo, you said Dodo's unreal at Genji? Hey, maybe if we have to watch the #1 Genji at one point, right? Here we go. So far, so good. Yeah. Taking the high ground is important. Oh, you just spam? Yeah, I mean, like, a lot of this, like, chip damage adds up. I wish I could see the scoreboard, but they don't allow you to see the scoreboard in Spectated. So, you trying to rewind the stream like you're watching a YouTube one? I hope one day they add that feature. That'd be awesome. Oh, what a boop. The beat timing was perfect. Dive in the back line now, too. I mean, that was flawless. Like, do you see that right there? The boop? Honestly, a great play by the other team there to be able to, like, get a trade. That was great. Not bad at all. Taking high ground. That's awesome. All right, chat. Someone admit it, because I'm the same way on. Who here on Lucio would slowly start to fall down and end up down here at some point? That's what would happen with me. I'd start up there and I'd try to do all that, and then slowly, over like a 5 to 10 second window, I just start slowly, I end up down here, and then I lose momentum, and I go, well, that was it, and then I get one shot. And then I just get one shot. And that's it, that's it. Meanwhile, Lucio's up here damaging, healing, you know, making sure everybody's good. I just took a random screenshot. All right, here we go.
This ends now. It's go time.
I'm turning up.
Yeah, I mean, good play by the other team, though. But not bad at all. Still, though, this is why it's still a good matchup, because you got to see some of the things that can happen still at, like, this high of a level. How does one get better with wall riding mechanics? I mean, it's just practice. I mean, you could literally go into the training range and practice wall riding. Like, it's one of the few ways you could do that. I mean, heck, I mean, even though, like, I feel like it's kind of overlooked sometimes, I think even the hero mastery, you could probably just do hero mastery on Lucio over and over again and get better that way, too. Like, there's definitely resources in the game. Speaking of hero mastery, I don't know if this is just me. It feels bad they just drip feed the hero mastery. I feel like that's something they should have just released with a bunch of heroes, in my opinion. I feel like drip feeding it was, like, the wrong way to go about it, because, like, players lose interest really quickly on hero masteries. I feel like they should have, like, at least released it with, like, I don't know, 15 to 20 heroes for hero mastery. Maybe do it, like, but, like, drip feeding it has not been the play for mastery. I just feel like it falls out of the radar because of it. I just think it just people forget about it. Okay, here we go. Same concept as last time. They're just kind of playing around the map. You know what I mean? Like not giving them a free... In case you're wondering how it works, by the way, this is a kind of an easy way to explain the strategy. This is denial of space, right? Sometimes they'll have somebody up here. It's also the reason why the Genji is going up here. So the reason why Genji's up here is because you need to control the map. So what you normally do is you kind of create this, like, L shape, like, you know, like strat, and you hold it that way. And that's, so when their team, when they're coming in here, all they see is this. Like, there's nothing there, right? So, like, they're going to automatically go, oh, okay, let's push point. But remember that these are also pro players, so they've already seen this a million times, so they're going to have to go up here and then take map control, because if they go here, unless something crazy happens, they're probably going to get rolled. I just kind of want to point that part out there, where, like, that's what they're trying to do. It becomes more about map control than it does about the point. Like, see how the hazard jumped to where I said? That's what's going on. And that's why they play it that way. The Lucio kind of is the one hero here that has the ability to rotate around, so you can help on either side, which is what's happening right now. This is a play that Lucio went to go in with the Genji, but they ended up stopping it, and then a really good counter peel by the other team. Oh, almost got out. Yeah, that was actually just a great play. Great counter play. This kind of makes me wish that Blizzard brought back the live, like, spectator viewer they had in general, but they got rid of it. I don't know why they got rid of it. It was so good. They had it for a season. Everybody loved it, and they got rid of it. Do you try? Thanks for the 32 months of the tier 1. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Excuse me. Where does that payload thing going? Come on, let's match this BPM.
Now, you saw what Lucio did there, by the way. Remember how anytime I do a spectate and I always talk about scanning for teammates? Do you notice how Chiyo does that a lot? Kind of like looking around to see what everything else is going on before going to make the play. Like, okay, my supports are good, everybody's good, let's go in.
Amp up this beat.
Hold up the defense for just a little longer.
Back off.
I mean, what a play. I mean, literally deep dive into their spawn and kill the Ana.
Oh, you want to hear this?
I was gonna say, they might actually lose that team fight because they couldn't get back in time. We'll see though. Really good ult by Hanbin. Sorry, I'm just kind of into the game now too. Even though I'm watching the... So... That's fine, though. I mean, they're going to play for a retake now. This might be a situation. Don't be surprised to see Hanbin take a little bit of poke damage right now so they can build up beat. With Blade, I don't know if they will, though. There's a chance that what would happen here, what you would do is you would slow it down. When is this game from? I actually don't know.
Let's stop that payload in its tracks. That's easier than waves.
I think they're going to go with Blade. Yep. I got to admit, this has been a tough game, like, just from, like, a great play, because that's basically what was supposed to happen, was to be able to try to build the beat blade, but, like, they just couldn't do it. Are there hero bans in this? I think they started doing hero bans this OWCS, yes. I don't know what was banned in this game. There you go. Do a boot backwards. Yep. There you go. There it is. Just to reiterate, because I think people are probably wondering why they don't use beat there. This is from 5 days ago, yeah, from OWCS. So to kind of give you an idea there on like why Lucio wasn't beaten, and I can give you my theory here, and this is also what just shows you like the great patience level, is it was a 5v3, and if you trust your teammates, which, I mean, if it comes down to trusting your teammates, I'm hitting beat right away. But when you're on a team and you trust your teammates, right, which is different than ranked games, you know your team is probably not going to go and feed. So what's happening right now is Lucio is actually saving beat here because of that nano or the possibility of the Kiriko ultimate, knowing that that's going to happen soon. So if you waste beat early and they are able to survive for an extra 3-4 seconds after that beat, there's a chance you can lose after. So what ended up happening was it worked out with the trade, and that's why it took so long to get to that point. Now they're going to all in the like the Ana and go backline, and then the Hazard's just going to die. So see? But that's why the beat took so long, was because like it was just looking at that and going, we're not going to get killed by them. They have 2 supports and a Hazard alive. We're going to save beat for the right moment rather than just forcing the beat there. And that once again shows you like the patience level that you have to like have in those situations. Because in a ranked game, I'm just hitting that button hoping for the best. All right, here we go. The shadow overlay, thank you. Just play to live, yep. Lost the map control. Once again, do you notice where like the 2 people died there? Remember how earlier I kind of showcased like the area of denial that you want to deny? They're trying to deny that angle first. That's why the Kiriko's up there. Like the idea is you control those sides of the map and they can't win. That's the whole idea there. So. Slowly taking the high ground. I mean, it's been 2 minutes already, and a lot of it is just map control. Like I said, the teams are too good to be able to just run it down mid, so there needs to be ways to do it. They're trying to deny the space so much now Last time they gave up a little bit too much of that space and they didn't work out. And they got a Kiriko pick right away. So that made it a little bit more difficult too. So that's why you're seeing the slow Methodical play. But like I said, this is the good play that you're going to see. Like a good Lucio is going to be able to survive during these team fights and be more of a nuisance than like basically just going in and feeding over and over again, right? Like that point. That play style can work a lot. It's just that it doesn't happen as much in non-ranked games. Does that make sense? In ranked, you can just send it. I mean, not really, actually. I mean, if you played Lucio like this in ranked, you probably would win more than you would lose. For sure. I can pretty much, you probably would win more than you lose. 1,000, like. Diving backline now. Which actually ended up being a good peel by the other team. Holy crap. But see, look, see the mechanical skill that you can see it happening there. Now, chat, this is what I talk about. At any point, have you seen them go for... Oh my. We'll see if it pays off. I'll explain why the beat happened there, but I want to see the rest of the results.
No one can resist my spell.
Yep. Okay. It did work out. So the reason why beat was used there early, nice play, was because they already had a numbers advantage, right? So what basically, to kind of explain it there, is that there was already a numbers advantage. And if the hazard kills the Lucio, that basically stops the team fight in place, right? You're going to lose your momentum, like your movement speed. And then if you look at the time, there wouldn't be much time on the clock. So like you would pretty much just have to slow it down and then just do a reset. So at that point, when Chiyo knew, he's like, okay, I can survive this. Let me use beat. And then he uses beat, survives it, and then goes in. The team all gets distracted by the Lucio, survives, rotates all the way back, team gets point control, and then kills the Genji. You see that? That was actually really, really good. And that stuff you may not even see happening during the match itself. That was awesome. So now back to where we were here. Basically took the map control. The other team's kind of on their back foot. Now needs to make a decision. Do they go for the point or back out? They're going to back out because they need one team fight to win the game. Right? This is a good game. Holy crap. An early pick by Kiriko. They're going to have to use Juno ultimate to win this. Yep. This is such a weird sequence. That was a good boop, but you can even tell. Damn. And there you go. And even with watching one of the best supports, sometimes you still lose games. And it really just came down to one singular team fight. One singular team fight. But that was some great Overwatch. And it was really cool to be able to watch it from that point of view. It's fine to watch losses, by the way. You can learn from both wins and losses. And even the best players in the world are going to still lose games sometimes. It just happens, right? Watching that back, one of I think the really cool things to watch was just how much of the small little things in game that you don't normally see happen. Watching the shift between the map, using the mechanical skill to get kills, but also just going into heal bot mode at times and recognizing it's not the right timing. So I learned a bit more there. One thing I learned is my pathing on Lucio. I think sometimes I generally just take the path of I just run to my team and ignore and hope that they have their monitor off. And that sometimes is not the play. In this situation, I saw constant rotations that were more about survivability and just trusting that the team would survive. So it was really cool to see that. But yeah, that was awesome to watch. So first of all, let me know if you want to see more of this stuff. My plan is to do more of it, but I definitely want your feedback. So leave that in the comments for me. Like the video if you haven't. We're still looking for people who are considered number one in their hero, or maybe top 5 if we can make that work. I definitely would like to do more stuff like this. So let me know in the comments. Sub to the YouTube if you haven't, all of that stuff. Per usual, anything that we watch, you can just submit my Discord if you want to do it there. There's a bunch of sections for that. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat below the webcam, also stream on YouTube. So stop by if you haven't. And with that being said, I hope you all have an amazing day/night.